Boom.
I can't believe it. I'm teaming up with the editor-in-chief right now.
This is the best team up of my life, I think. Justin Warner here with editor-in-chief Cebulski, and today, oh man, we're gonna eat the universe. We're making pemmican, and pemmican is kind of like a Native American food because I want to make something inspired by your character of choice today, Danny Moonstar.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, Danny Moonstar's not a character a lot of people know.
True.
Appreciate you going deep.
Thank you.
And give a little more exposure for the character and for the dish.
So if people aren't familiar with Danny Moonstar, give us a little background.
Danny Moonstar is one of the original New Mutants. She was created by Chris Claremont in like 82, 83 when the New Mutants were introduced. There was this whole cast of teen characters that were like new. They were like me. They were like teenagers and they were seeing this world for the first time. And for some reason, Danny Moonstar, just this character who can control dreams, really appealed to me.
So pemmican is dried meat, like a jerky, that's then mixed with other stuff. So it's somewhere between like jerky and trail mix.
Okay.
And so to be really authentic, we're gonna use the Native American protein of choice, the bison. So I'm gonna slice the bison into thin strips, that way they dehydrate easily and evenly.
Okay.
What is your life like as editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics?
The way that I see it is, you know, being the editor-in-chief is like being the quarterback on a team. You're not the coach, you're not on the sidelines. You're down there with the team, making comics, creating storylines, hiring artists, and you're just driving the Marvel business forward in terms of telling the best possible stories we can. Look at you, this is a beautiful fine cut.
Yeah, you're into it?
Yeah.
We're gonna dehydrate this so that we can then pulverize it into an easily formed mixture.
Got it.
This is an oven rack, and I've lined it with foil.
You got the grooves and it looks like Colossus's arm.
Ooh, I love it. So I'm just gonna lay this out. A lot of people don't have commercial dehydrators, but they actually do if they have an oven. So I like to put my oven on the absolute lowest setting, make sure there's a lot of air circulation, which is why I'm doing it on the rack as opposed to a pan. And then I crack the oven door. I'm gonna put this in the oven. We've got a good 6 to 8 hours of time to kill while that bison dries.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me about, I don't know, the Celestials and the Eternals?
Oh, what a perfect story to kill some time. Jack Kirby went to Stan and said, I've got this amazing cosmic grand epic that's not only gonna drive the Marvel Universe forward, it's gonna tell the history of everything that went on in the past. We'll be forever locked in this love triangle through the history of the Marvel Universe going forward.
Wow, and with that, the bison's done.
Oh, fantastic.
It looks like jerky, right?
Yeah, it looks like jerky.
Simple, clean.
Yep.
You know, doesn't have a lot of commercial seasoning added to it.
Yep.
So from here, we're gonna blend this up with some easily foraged ingredients. You know, Danny was from Colorado. I actually lived in Colorado for a little bit. And things I love about Colorado, cherries, and then right next door, sunflower seeds.
Excellent. Two of my favorites as well.
So I'm gonna put the beef jerky into the food processor. I guess if you didn't have a food processor, you'd probably just beat this up with a mortar and pestle. Exactly. I love having a guest who knows their stuff. CB, let's talk about this. You are a food fanatic and a Marvel fanatic.
Yes.
Does this make you an editor and a chef?
Oh.
That was brutal. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
A show like this combines my two loves, so I could not be happier to be here, and the fact that you're creating a dish based on my favorite character is still mind-blowing to me.
Aw, shucks. Let's pulverize this. You wanna press the button?
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That looks great. We will add this to the bowl.
Excellent. Now these are dried cherries.
Yeah, absolutely. So Danny Moonstar has a lot of mentors. She's got Black Eagle and of course Professor X.
Yep.
What is it like for you to now be mentoring people, and also who were mentors important to your life?
Stan Lee was first a mentor from afar. You know, grew up reading all the lessons that he taught in the Stan soapboxes and bullpen bits. But you know, a more direct hands-on mentor for me has been Joe Quesada. Back when I was a young fan coming up who just broken into the comic business, Joe was able to give me advice about storytelling and art and what people look for.
You wanna give those a couple pulses?
3, 2, 1.
Beautiful.
All right.
So now we've got little cherry bits. Then we're gonna just kind of toss the sunflowers in there and break them up just a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mix this up to combine.
Sure.
What is it like to go from fan to mentor?
Wow. It hasn't been an easy transition, I have to say. You know, it's really weird going from someone who kind of operates on their own to being someone who has a staff. And it's my job as a mentor to many of them, not just to teach, but also inspire. The lessons that I learned, you know, through my mentors, but also through comics, are things that that the younger generation of editors and creators need to learn so they can channel it and put it into these amazing stories that we tell every month.
I love it. I think you'd also be a good chef. If you ever, feel like transitioning out of comics and you want to go into a grueling and difficult profession that is rarely with reward, being a chef is for you.
You really make it sound like it's a business I want to get into.
Well, speaking of things I want to get into, let's address the giant chunk of fat in the room.
Love it.
So that is suet. Suet is a very hard fat, even at room temperature. So like bacon grease, for example, is not that solid at room temperature.
Okay.
And so what we're gonna use this for is to basically bind all of this together so that as long as it's kept reasonably cool, it will stick. Once we heat that suet up, it basically just kind of turns into a...
How long does it take to melt the suet down into the liquid like that?
Not as long as you would think. Once you get up to like about 100 degrees, it really starts to cruise along. You wanna give it a stir?
Sure.
Season that good guy up a little
Some
bit.
salt.
So this was actually very difficult. When I think about food that inspires me from characters, I wanted to think of something that would transport this, that would form this, that in turn would be all natural to, say, a Native American. So I devised leaves.
All right.
These are just collard greens.
Okay.
We are gonna wrap the pemmican in the leaves, which will give it form, but also give us a convenient carrying case.
So the ingredients are like all the members of the New Mutants coming together, and then we're putting them into the Blackbird.
I love
to
it.
take them on an adventure.
That's perfect. So we will bind our vessel with twine, and this is actually hemp butcher's twine, so again, all natural. So we're basically gonna make like a little burrito. So we've got an all-natural, highly portable snack inspired by Danny Moonstar.
Fantastic, and it's just really easy to take along.
Yeah.
If you're Deadpool, you can attach it to you. If you're Cable, you put it in one of your pouches, and away we go.
I love it. Well, away we go to the table of tastes. So, check it out. Look what I was able to forge up along the way.
Is that honeycomb?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll just give you a nice little drizz. How about that?
Sounds good.
I feel like you rarely get the chance to eat something new. So this is a very exciting
This is
opportunity
a
for me.
first time for me.
Yeah? Well, here's to it.
Oh, wow.
Makes me
Nailed
feel
it.
strong, right?
Amazing.
The cherry has got the acidity. It's like really waking up my palate. And then you've got the intensity of the flavor of the suet and the bison.
The cherry really offsets that kind of a more gaminess as you talked about, too.
Exactly. Hot diggity. CB, what is it like to go from like fan to now like, the keeper of this universe?
Every day, it's exhilarating and it's terrifying. I wake up every day with a smile on my face, literally. But being at the helm, being in the position I'm in, I have this enormous legacy that I have to live up to. Not just to the people who've gone before me editorially, but to the characters. With great power, there must also come great responsibility. I have the ultimate responsibility now for what happens, in the Marvel Universe. And it's one I don't take lightly, but one I enjoy the heck out of.
Amazing. I'm glad you got to enjoy this.
I mean, I've always wanted to come on Eat the Universe, and this is another check off the bucket list for me.
CB, thanks so much for being here.
No, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, well, I'm gonna wrap the show. What are you gonna do?
I gotta get back to making comics.
I understand that. That's all the time we've got for Eat the Universe. We'll see you next time.